We're with Jeff Garber, the co-founder of 360jobinterview.com. And what advice are you giving your clients to stand out in this job market now?
Fight for your life. I think this is an amazing, challenging situation. You know, up to a year ago when people made a job change, it was to better themselves. And for the first time, they're actually fighting to get a job because, unfortunately, a lot of folks are possibly one mortgage payment away from losing their house. So what I say is be the best that you can be. This is your chance to really polish up your brand in an interview and to get prepared for the interview.
Well, let's start with polishing your brand. Maybe give the folks a step or two. No matter what industry they're going into, they're going to have a lot of competition for these jobs. How do you make yourself pop out as your own brand?
Well, first of all, I think you really have to research your own experience. You need to understand what your strengths are, the core skills that you possess, and what that brings to a potential employer. One of the things, too, is really research the position that you're applying for. In addition to researching the company, it's important to understand what are the matrix for the job that you're applying for and how your background and skills are a perfect match for it. And also really be prepared for the standard questions. For instance, like, tell me about yourself.
Oh, boy, yeah. Yeah.
This isn't the time to say, I'm a mother of three and I go to soccer practice or what your hobby is. You only have, for the most part, 20 to 30 minutes, and you have to make every second and minute count. So when they say, for instance, tell me about yourself, say, for instance, you're a financial analyst. You need to respond to that question of, I'm a financial professional with more than 20 years, and the highlights of my background are, say, analyzing financial statements, preparing financial reports. Which one of these areas would you like me to discuss further? You need to really be concrete and grab that interview.
So do your homework and make it specific for every interview.
Absolutely. And you don't want to come off cookie cutter. And also, too, is great question is, what are your strengths? And what they really want to know is, what have you accomplished in your professional career? Are there any challenges that you had? How did you analyze it? How did you put to action how to overcome certain difficulties or obstacles? And how did you perform? And load it with as much statistics as you could possibly do, because generalities are not going to sell yourself.
We're speaking with Jeff Garber. He's the co-founder of 360jobinterview.com. We're talking about strategy in the interview, Jeff. How about some strategy on how to get that interview to begin with?
That's a tough one. First of all, is you need to work smart and not long. A lot of times when people go online and they identify jobs that they want to go after, make sure, for instance, that you have different versions of your resume, because different jobs are going to require different highlights of what you've done. And when you construct a cover letter, don't make it cookie cutter, dear sir or madam, and then just a general boilerplate. Try to be as specific as possible. Don't make it long. Make it a paragraph or two, and really try to sell yourself of what advantage they have by hiring you. And the other aspect is you need to do a tremendous amount of networking. Up to a year ago, when people lost their job, there was a tremendous amount of shame, Scott, where, they wouldn't go to family parties or neighborhood get-togethers, and they would fear for someone to say, so, Jeff, what are you doing now? And people would just hide. You need to be proud. There is no shame in losing a job in this economy. You need to go to every party and say, hi, I'm Jeff. I just lost my job. I'm a financial analyst. Do you know anyone who's looking for a job or for a person in that field? You need to be very proud of you as a person and your skills and not be embarrassed that you're looking for a job.
Jeff, let's get folks to check your website at 360jobinterview.com. I bet they'll find some good things there.
Well, great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.